Absolutely beautiful Sagittarius friends, and welcome to your horoscope for September of 2021. We're Sag. This month we are going to have a ton of retrograde energy in the sky, which is actually not a bad deal because it means that some of the external fire hydrant like lessons that were coming at us slow down a little bit, but it also is a little bit challenging because it means we can't force things forward either. So it's kind of a mixed bag, but I do think that the outer planet retrograde is quite good. Mercury will also step into retrograde this month as well, and we'll talk about the 4-part cycle so that I can get you ready for understanding what to look for as we're traveling throughout the month. Now, before we jump in here, if you wouldn't mind liking this video, comment, share, subscribing, it would really help the channel, help me. Plus, subscribe if you like talking about astrology content and you want to do that in a community of people who also want to do that and are quite supportive. We would love to have you here, so click that subscribe button. And if you've already subscribed, please make sure you have on your notification bells, and also just thank you for subscribing. That's fabulous. All right, Sag, let's get in here and see what's going on this month. Now, right at the beginning of the month, on the 6th, we're going to have Mercury entering into its pre-retrograde shadow time. Mercury's retrograde cycle is a 4-part series that we want to be taking note of. It's going to hit pre-retrograde shadow, which is essentially where the planet is still moving forward, but it is slowed down. Then it will station retrograde, so it flips around illusionally. Then we'll have a direct, where it comes back to moving forward. And then we have post-retrograde shadow time, where essentially the planet has to unpack all of the lessons that it learns, get back up to speed, and get moving forward so that we can really have the fullness of the forward-moving blessings. Now, a Mercury retrograde does not mean hide under a rock. It means review. And if you have Mercury retrograde in your chart, this Mercury retrograde may not feel like it's sending you so far inside. It may actually feel like you're coming out. You're having to really deal with that outer world. So let me know if that's you. If you have Mercury retrograde naturally in your chart, let me know your experience as we get into the Mercury retrograde, okay? But on the 6th, we'll see Mercury hit that pre-retrograde shadow time at 10 degrees of Libra. So this is where you're going to start paying attention. What's coming up in your mind? What decisions are you making in this Libran area of your life? What lessons are coming back from the past? They maybe will be very social things. This is an 11th house energy for you. So you could definitely see social groups, friends, social media, groupings that you've been a part of starting to take a lot more shape. Now, as we get to the 27th, we will see Mercury taking that retrograde at 25 degrees. So we want you to be watching from 10 degrees to 25 degrees of Libra in your chart, what's happening, what's coming up, because that's what you'll work on during the retrograde, okay? Now, on the 6th, we're also going to have a new moon happening at 14 degrees of Virgo. So a new moon is where we're planting our seeds of intention to begin something new, give it a fresh start, fresh perspective. And even sometimes what we're starting that is new is we're shutting something down because we need new energy to be built there. So whatever it is, know that as you're planting your seeds of intention here, it's going to be at the tip top of your chart in this career house, the midheaven. And it is not just career, because let's say you're one of our friends in our community that is retired, or you are unemployed, like work is nowhere to be seen, or you're just done with that. In the 10th house, this is also about what you're doing in your community, what you're doing in the world. What do we know you as? What are you calling yourself? I think that because this has so much to do with a very public situation, it can also, Sag, have to do with your title. You know, right now at this point in the month, are you ready to graduate to the next thing? You know, over this next year, you want to graduate to the next thing, and you're going to use your Virgo qualities to be able to do that by being organized, by being discerning with your priorities, your time, your energy, where you're putting your mind, right? Virgo qualities of health. Are you as healthy as you can be in this particular area? And if not, use those Virgo qualities to get organized, get sorted, get into the details, and make this the very best that it can be. This particular moon is also really nicely connected to Uranus. So if you've been stuck and you're like, I've just kind of been in the same place in my career, or I've been in the same place in my volunteer situation, or in my marriage, or in whatever you're doing out in the world, this adds a little spice to the table. Uranus can throw in a really nice way, I think, a surprise, give you new ideas, new solutions, a little kick or a boost forward. Because it's the 10th house as well, and it is Virgo. When Virgo discerns that something is not working, it will get rid of it. Okay, so you could be going into work, you could be going into your life, and the universe believes that this person doesn't belong here anymore, and now you're the boss. Okay, so it could be a very quick step up that happens, especially because the outer planets are retrograde. So nothing is moving quickly, but what is moving in a pretty profound way. Okay, on the 10th, we're going to see Venus move into the energy of Scorpio, and this is going to light up your 12th house space. Venus moving into the 12th house. Oh, it is time to rest. It is time to relax. It is time to take a break. It is a time to take care of yourself. Lavish yourself. Put those body butters on. Take care of your toes. Clean behind your ears. Really massage. Really feel. Detox if you need to detox. Now, if this is an addiction detox, do it. Or if somebody in your life is going through an addiction detox at this time, I wouldn't be surprised if you have been doing all the pills, the supplements, the everything, and you're finding that your system is overwhelmed. If it's been food, if it's been consumption of social media, and you need to detox, use this Venus to do it. And you won't have to try very hard because Venus magnetizes the area she goes into. So it may feel very good to be in the quiet, or it may feel very good not to drink coffee for a while, or whatever it is. I'll say too, this is Venus. Sometimes we have to detox our behaviors that can create our undoing around money and around relationships. So if something needs to be detoxed, allow Venus to show you the blessings of balance, right? Because Venus in Scorpio is not going to just be nicely shooing things away from you, right? It's going to magnetize something to your attention and then get Scorpio about it. Get deep, get passionate, get intense, get purposeful, get phoenix, get transformational in this 12th house. So what doesn't need to be there by the time Venus motors her way out in October, what doesn't need to be there, I think very much so will. Now, last thing I'll say is because Venus is coming into Scorpio, into the space of the 12th house, you can have an old lover come back. And it can even be the vision of an old lover. It can be a dream or something that your spirit is trying to sort out. Allow the ease of Venus to help you get these things done, okay? Remember, the sun is still in Virgo. You're going for making yourself and your life the very best that it can possibly be. So use your discernment with whatever comes your direction, okay? On the 14th, we'll see Mars move into the energy of Libra. So this activates and motivates your action, your decision making, your I want to do things in the 11th house, social media, friends, places that you group, including, think of grouping places, the gym, the grocery store. You could be out just being a social butterfly, living your best life. Is it a time for you, Sagittarius, in your life where you're starting to explore different social groups? Have you had one job for a very long time and you're actually doing like a work tour of another industry or something like that? Have you always run with one group of people and you're finding that you're actually much more motivated over here? Ooh, are you sitting down to get your social media planner lined up so that it's not so overwhelming? What is it in the social space that now Mars in Libra is going to have you active and ready to go and to do and participate in, okay? As we get to the 20th of the month, we will have a full moon happening in the energy of Pisces at 28 degrees. Now, this particular full moon is going to light up the 4th house space for you. Home, family, real estate, property, your roots, your internal psychological settings, parents in your life. All of these things become available as the energy is moving here. Now, this is a moon. This is a full moon. So the sun and the moon are in opposition to each other. So the sun is beaming at the top of your chart in Virgo, and the moon, the heart, the security, where you need to cleanse a little bit or have your emotional attention, is down here in the 4th house in Pisces. So it can feel like this imbalance or a trying to establish that work-life balance, that I'm out in the public but I'm also in private balance, right? So at the full moon, the lights are on. The sky is lighting up your conscious, subconscious, unconscious. What do you need to Pisces here? Get more creative on, transition out, bring to culmination, say goodbye to some things because they just can't be here anymore. Where do you need to create a space that feels like a sacred womb for you where you can have enough space to think and hear yourself and be in your body and connect with your world while also producing in the material world. This is a great moon for you to be taking advantage of looking over that, okay? On the 22nd, we're going to see the sun move into the energy of Libra, which is going to, of course, busy this 11th house as well. It's social, you're beautiful, you're out there, living your best life, being with the people or being available to be with people or have social things going on. But it also brings us into the autumn equinox, which is a new season. And I just want you to pause and breathe that in for a minute, Sagittarius. We're in a new season. Shake it off. Shake it off. What have you learned? Where have you been succeeding? Where are you still growing, right? And take this into the new season. You get to walk forward into a totally new time. And it can feel heavy to go through some of the year, and it's like, whoo, okay, this is going, and I know it all makes me stronger, but I feel like I could bench press a car at this point. You know what I'm saying? Or you're just feeling so good, but whatever it is, now it is time to shake it off a little bit, move forward into a new season with what your wisdom, you are a Jupiter sign, what is the wisdom you have gathered that you can take into this next new season as we roll around to getting to your birthday time as well, okay? At the end of the month, on the 27th, we'll see Mercury officially take that retrograde, and we will be moving through what you're trying to be shown, what you need to rethink, what decisions you need to remake in this 12th house arena. And this could be, I don't want to be friends with you. I don't have that long range vision for myself anymore. I'm not going back to work. I do want to work remotely. Oh my God, I found out social media is not as scary as I thought it was, right? And it could also be too, I think, during this Mercury retrograde, because it's in Libra, if you are needing to bring a relationship to some kind of balance, or you're trying to make peace with it, or you're even going back and visiting with old friends from college, from the craft circle, from whatever. I think that the availability is here, and I would just encourage you, Sag, to remember technology can be crazy, but how we steward it is really important. So if where you're finding a wholeness and a connection to go back over is still online, allow that to be the very best that it can be for you, okay? All right, my beautiful Sag friends, not everybody is going to like September. I know that. You know that, right? But that will very much so depend on where you are in the manifestation of your lessons, and also the choices that you make all month long that lead to circumstances in your life. Remember, life is coming at you. It's not happening to you. It is just coming at you, waiting to see what your responses are, okay? All right, my beautiful friends, I look forward to walking with you all month long, and I will see you next month. Bye, friends.